once more again, guys, yes. So like I was saying, I'm talking about those that really know what I'm talking about. When you know the word, you know it. See, like I said, when you know the word, even believers be like this. And that's how it is. Like I said, so I'm not talking about once more again myself. I'm not talking about him. I'm not talking about her. I'm not a fan of nobody, because nobody's no celebrity. You understand? If you're a saint, you're a saint. You're a vessel, you're a vessel. And that's it. You understand? It's not about all the nonsense. Because once again, it's about God. And I'm going to keep saying that. And, that's just that. But that's, that's the point. So, and that's why, like I said, I realized, though, right, any word out your mouth about God, oh, you're holy and thou. Nobody's perfect. We all sin, right? And then the thing is, you never said none of that. But what I mean is, the Spirit of God is reigning in you so much. The Spirit itself is answering the questions that they're trying to say. No, you're not holier than thou, but that Spirit is. You know what I'm saying? Which is God's Spirit, right? You're not, right? You see, you just flesh still like them, because you're human beings still. But so that's what I'm saying. So it's the Spirit, like I said before. So it's the Spirit that rings more bells than your words at times. Right, like I said, I'm not saying you don't slip. I ain't saying I ain't slipped. I ain't saying I said certain things that would be questionable and controversial. Well, if I said things that's questionable and controversial, once more again, yeah. I am a human, and I am not holier than thou, but the Spirit that's in me is. So, once more and again, for the mistakes I make, the Spirit does correct it. Just like it corrects you, him, her, them, that, what, you, he, doesn't matter. But that's what I'm saying. So, the point is, right. So, you got to realize, that Spirit was the Spirit of God that's reigning in you. You got to check over that, the demon. And that's what I mean, right? So, you got to realize. And I realize, right, so all the time, I spent away, you spend away from the demons and this and that. And like I said, you might just walk up on somebody, you don't realize you're seeing them, you don't realize you're going to see them. But at the same time, I remember a few months back, right, when I went through my little problems, with the demons. I was feeling a certain way before I saw the enemy. You know, since I was feeling a certain way already. All right, and then, like I said, what triggered it off was the question. Cause what they do is, they spend so much time with familiar spirits and with each other and being whores to their knocks and stuff that they was already discussing you, already talking about you, already saying this, already saying that, already talking about your life, already talking about your child, already talking about everything. So right. So the thing is, when they see you, they're gonna say, "Oh, so how's your relationship?" And I'm not saying the relationship could be on the rocks or it could be going beautifully. But the thing is, since they're narcissists, they expect confusion because their life is full of confusion. Like if it's a woman, she probably have a lot of different baby fathers. Might be on 3 divorces. If it's a male, he probably never knew his father. He took the traces. You understand? So what they do is they pretend to be happy, but they got right. But what they want to do is, since like I see, we're gonna talk about this since. Children became their burden, men became their burden, not knowing their father became their burden. They want, they wish the worst for the future generations. They wish the worst for people in relationships, and they just I watched some of the Knox videos. Like I said, Knox got it down pat as far as they're a lion go. They are, see, but you know what it is though? When you got the Spirit, they're not even superb with the lion. I'm be honest with you, they're not superb with it, but once again, that's why they like armies. They have armies. But but that's what I'm saying. So I don't mind talking about it now, because it's not that I'm mad about it. That Spirit been canceled. And, they haven't bothered me since then. But I'm just saying, once more again, it's a wake up call to the brothers and sisters that's either going through it or been through it. Because if you've been through it, then you concur with what I'm talking about. You're free now. You're free in Christ. You're walking, and then like we said once more again, you thank God for going through it, because now, look at you. Like, you understand right there, if you didn't go through that, this wouldn't be a next step in your life to talk about, because it's a beautiful experience. I remember it's a beautiful, it's an ugly experience when you're going through it. It's ugly, because they violating you, they violating your child, you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh my goodness, nobody understanding this, you know what I'm saying, right? And let me be real with y'all, that's what brought me to Christ in the first place. That's what happened. I had a child. I started going through situations. People was hating on my lady. I'm like, I didn't see nothing special of her for what they was hating on. I mean, a pretty woman's a pretty woman, like a handsome man's a handsome man. And I'm just being realistic on that one. That's just me being realistic. I didn't see nothing special about what they was hating on. But as always, people come with baggage. So right, I'm not gonna lie, she had baggage, I had baggage, and people already didn't like me, so of course they was not gonna like my son, they was gonna hate. So y'all, it got tough, and one night, like I said, I reached out to Christ, and the thing about it was, like, as I said, being going to church with my grandmother, I already knew to go to Christ. I knew Christ died for me. I knew Father God loved us. He gave His only begotten Son. This is what I know, like I always said. So, see, that's my point. So when I talk sometimes, I'm speaking of things that we know already. Not just me. Things we know and things that we won't do. Because, see, many can say, oh, yeah, I know God. I pray every day. I said, okay, beautiful. Now, you understand, right? I prayed every day, too, but I did not praise every day. So that's the point. So, no matter what you go through, God allows certain things. And, right, if you stay with God, because you have to, so the only way you'll be holy is with God. Stuff will eventually go. Right, that's any or enemies. And I say eventually because to you it might seem like it's not going to go. So the thing is, if you know Christ died for you and you know God, don't let these knocks, like I said, yeah, don't stay around these knocks. Cut them off, because believe me, they're narcissists. Their lives already doomed. All they want to do is doom lives. So let's just be real. They want to doom relationships. They want to doom babies. They want to doom money. They want you homeless. They want to doom they want you around with them. Some of them just want to be sarcastic and crack jokes. The majority of them are clowns. Clowns that play tough, that play strong. Right, you understand? You confront one, they're running from you. So I'm going to tell you like this. I'll just tell you straight up, right. That's not, it's nothing, there's nothing for you to worry about. Vengeance is God's, I know. Because now they're suffering right now. I'm telling you. I mean, they are suffering. And, bless God. Because, that's the point. So let God get His vengeance. Beware these knocks. Take it to the cross like you're supposed to. Pray every single day, like you say you do. Continue. But one more thing, see the flirting part, like I said, that's the thing. I know God. I claimed to know Him at the time. I prayed to Him. I even had zeal and talks, but my life was still wicked, deceitful. We were all born that way. What I would say is this though: even though I knew it, I was flirting with God, like I always say. I was flirting, and what did I say? Well, God don't want a whore. God wants a marriage. So right when that night when I married God, that's why all the whores and the narcissists around me, the Jezebels, they did not understand what that meant. Their eyes popped out of their sockets. Any word I said about God, they did not understand. And right, and then then they was defending evil. When I was telling certain one, and that's when I knew that some just didn't love God. So wow, this person don't love God. They don't love God. And I said, okay, so let me just tell you, do love God like I do, my brothers and my sisters. And even you, what I'm saying, unbelievers, get your belief up. And once they get your belief up, I mean, take it to the cross. Christ died for you. She don't love you, he don't love you, they don't love you. Okay? They don't know what love is. So, take it to the cross, find God, and love and peace, y'all. Blessings.